The dark side of punk rock. I could do a million videos on this, but I'm just going to do this. So I'm 41 now. Was born in 84. Not that you needed that math and that equation, but anyway, when I was basically around 18 years old is when all these old school bands in the area I was in, such as TSOL, DI, Adolescents, The Crowd, Agent Orange, those are the main ones, like, I mean, the well known ones, but so many more started having their resurrection, as I call it, or reunion. And this caused, an emergence in punk rock. So when we go to shows, I'm obviously second generation. I wasn't there in the beginning. All those guys now are like 60s senior citizens. They really are, which is crazy to think about. But when we would go then, we would be in, go into the mosh pit in the show. And so the guys that are basically my age now, they had already been hardened in life. They had already been to prison. They had already, not all of them, had been in prison. There was some successful people, but a lot of them, one way or the other, successful or not, had been hardened to life. And there was a lot. And anyone that was there in the LA, Orange County punk scene back then, attending shows, would know there was a lot of skinheads. And I'm not talking about ska culture or whatever. I'm talking about neo-Nazi skinheads. We called them skinheads, boneheads, peckerwoods, woodpile, whatever you want to call them. There was a lot of them at the shows, and I was trying to explain to someone here today about that, and they did not believe me. Like, oh, we don't have Nazis at our show, and I'm like, you may not. He was from the East Coast, younger guy, and I'm like, but that's how it was. And he's like, oh, I hate racists and that, and I'm like, you could, but there was nothing you can do about it. They were there, they were causing a lot of violence. They weren't the only ones. There was they sometimes the shows would be peaceful and they would coexist with the Chicanos and Asians and whatever. And sometimes there would be stabbing. Sometimes there would be some pretty gnarly stuff occurring. But that's a dark part that no one talks about. And if you were there, you were there, and it was you were desensitized to it. It was pretty normal. It really was. No matter what, it was normal. It's like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of skinheads, and it's just so weird to think those guys then are my age now, and now look at me, I'm hardened to life. Ha ha ha.